For me, creativity is not being embarrassed about what you want to create and what you have created. It is being free, having the freedom to be creative, or the privilege to be creative and turn it into something physical. It's about feeling loads of different things. It's about talking to people. It's about conversation. And it's also just about the individual as well, like sitting with yourself and using like your body to like using your hands to create like stuff, whether you're writing or like painting a picture. It's about using your body and using your mind as well. Sweet Thang is an arts and literary zine celebrating work by Black women. So it's a compilation of poetry, short fiction, essays, illustrations, and photography, and all of the work is created by Black women around the world. So I've always been interested in magazines and their visual and their like concept in general, and creating one has always sort of been something that I'd love to do. And when I started contributing to magazines and sending in my writing or just reading them for inspiration, I always noticed that they weren't as diverse, and which is quite alienating when you want to be creating something, when you want to be part of something. So I sort of just said, why not just create one that centers Black women's art? Because I thought it's a comforting concept just to create a safe space. I remember just writing down different name ideas for the zine, and it was just like, and I love looking back at it because it's just like, oh, I definitely didn't call it that. And then I just remember seeing Sweet Thang like written like really tiny, and it was just like it looked so insignificant on paper, but eventually I went with it, and it's just like weird looking at that. That was kind of the year when I started like doing more rather than just talking about it. So it was just that kind of, let me just get my notebook, let me just write this down, let me make an Instagram for it, let me make like a crappy WordPress website and just do it. And it kind of like links with the whole ethos of zine culture, I guess, which is like DIY, like literally just do it yourself, like don't wait for anyone, just like do it. It feels great to have something physical to look at and be like, you made that, I made that. And yeah, and especially 3, looking back, there's been so much growth. Like I look at the first issue and there's so many things that like I didn't really know how to do, doing something like kind of cool, and people, and I have lots of support from like friends and people like from all over the world, and it's like it's great, and I feel like I should give myself more credit for that instead of just being like shy and creating something and just not really not really being one with it, just kind of seeing it as like an extension and not giving myself the like praise that I should. That one of the main things that I would say to my past self or just any young creative is to just not being embarrassed about what you're creating. Don't be embarrassed about it, and also just do it. It's just about pushing through, really, and if you have an idea, just doing it and not being afraid of what other people think, and just making sure you're always in a good place with your creation. If you need a break, like take the break. Don't like force yourself to create when there's nothing there. That's something that I like struggled with, just trying to do stuff even when you're tired, even when you don't really have any inspiration, and then when you look back you're just like, oh, that was kind of crap. So it's like give yourself a break with creation, even if it's like 2 months. Sometimes you have writer's block, sometimes you don't know what to write or what to paint or whatever, and it's just about giving yourself that break and just being kind to yourself, I guess. Like as a creative, be kind to yourself, because not everything's going to come at once.